In recent years, I've been fortunate enough to wet lines in some of Europe's most incredible venues, from vast French pits to wild Italian rivers. But every once in a while, I just have to wind back the clock and scratch that itch. After all, you can take the boy out of the park lake, but you can't take the park lake out of the boy. I'm Blair, and this is how I go about tackling a local park lake. Actually a really bad flow today. It's cold, the sun's not out. I've persevered for probably 20 minutes, put out maybe half a dozen dot squads. The odd one is coming up, but it's not enough to warrant me getting a floater rod out. Couldn't help myself, had a little wander up the bank for a bucket of maggots, found probably half a dozen fish on a little clearing in amongst some emerging weed. Nice ones as well, really nice ones, enough for me to run back, grab the sawn off, and I'm gonna go and sit up there for the next 10 minutes. I don't know if the sun's going to come out or not. It looks a little bit gloomy. The guys to my left and right, fair play to them, they're getting bites on the bottom. I'm being really stubborn. Should go back to the motor and get some proper rods, bite alarms, put some bottom bait rods out. But I love fishing this way, so I'm going to try and get one on the free line. There's a little jack in there, he's been a pain. There's one about 12, 14 pounds. He took the maggots twice and I let him blow them back out because it's a much better common down there. Found those fish up in the top corner, taking the maggots. Kind of got real greedy, you know. As an angler, we tend to do that. I had a fish suck the bait in twice. I let him spit the bait back out before striking because I didn't want that one. There was a much better common down there. That fish has since vacated the area. A little jack come out. He was causing a few problems. Anyway, I've not caught anything yet, and I've had to resort to plan C, which is get some proper carp bait. I'm gonna knock up a bucket of gear now, some squid flakes, some 12 millers, some corn, some hemp, and I'm going to get on the move. You know, Keir put us in this swim. It does look fantastic. It is the shallowest part of the lake. There is loads of weed come out. It should be the place I should stay for the day, but it's just not me. I want to go explore. I've not been here before. The margins all the way around look great. The lake's really quiet up the other end. We've seen some fish on a natural hatch. I'm going exploring.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Where she's mine. Yeah, she's mine.
No, I'll do it in a minute. I'm gonna have to get this float rod now. This is what we're looking for. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks a lot better here than it did down there, just because they're already up on the top. You know, we're in May now. The wind weren't particularly warm. We're up on the back of it now, which could potentially mean I'll lose the fish if the wind picks up, but they look happier up here, and that makes me happy. This is all I wanted. Weren't big ask, was it? I weren't asking for 40 pounders or brace shots of 30. Just a bit of float fishing. Just a little bit of Friday fun. Right, there are actually a few fish out there taking, which is a good sign. Hopefully I don't lose them on this wind. I've got the floater rotor rod. I'm just going to put a slightly larger controller on so I can overcast them. These do land with minimal disturbance, but they're looking a little bit spooky at the moment. I just put a heavier float on to get me well past them, and then I can retrieve back onto them nice and gently. Well, I've come right up the top now, off the back of the wind. One down here now, actually, I think. It's quiet, a lot of pressure down there, a lot of wind. Not a lot of action for me. I've just come up here. I'm basically trying to fish every peg on the lake. I think we're on like move 6 now. 2 bits of corn, 10 pound zig flow. Just literally free lining it into the zone. See if we can actually get a bite. Yes! Thank you, fella. That was so much fun. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted to catch them. Either float fishing or stalking, and in this instance, even better. There's probably half a dozen fish down there. There's a lovely bank of weed. They're coming in on it, feeding on the flake, and just free line 2 little bits of corn. And it's a really nice common. Great way to catch them. Good morning.
Hello, mate, you right?
Good, yous?
Anyway, good luck.
See you later, mate. Love it. Thank you, Bob. Love it. My first Brooklands carp, and such an exciting way to catch them. It's great here. The water's really clear. You can see them feeding. I didn't want to make the same mistake as this morning and try and catch the biggest one down there, but there was one significantly bigger than this. At the moment, I'm just happy to get a bite. Hopefully we can get another couple. But yeah, a bit of edge fishing for this sort of mid-morning period. It's not a float a day. Why am I forcing it? Catch them how they want to be caught. All right, a little bit more bait, not going mental. The great thing with the flake, you know, even though it's combined with some pellet and some hemp and some whole 12 millers and corn, you can give it a good squeeze and I can quite accurately bait the spot. You know, there's a big bank of weed down here and I'm just the other side of it. It'll give me good line concealment. And yeah, just the other side of that is gravel, which has clearly been fed on before. But I've no doubt spooked them out into deeper water for the minute. Hopefully, half an hour's time, they'll creep back in there. Hello, beautiful. The fish sort of pushed out, the weather took a turn for the worse, the rain turned up, ended up fishing a washing line across to another spot. And then from nowhere, I sort of mentioned it to Kai, how'd you fish the other lake? And he's like, you can fish the other lake. I was like, no. I'd seen fish in there 3 times, on 3 different occasions. I'd walked in and seen a few fish in an area. And yeah, went round there, got a couple of rigs into position, 4-ounce inlines, short slip D rigs, little armor-link hook links, and a tiny little bit of bait over the top. And would you believe it, managed to get up a tree, watched it all unfold before my eyes. Big one comes in first, another big one comes in after it, then a third fish comes in, mid-20 probably, and the 3 of them are just tails wafting in the air. I was like, I'm gonna get a take, I'm gonna get a take, and I did, but it done me. They're obviously well fished for, know what they're doing, and they really turned me over. But it was so exciting. I repositioned those rods, I got back up there again. A couple of smaller fish did come in, they did feed on the spot, but it didn't materialise into anything. Like I say, 1 carp, one would look at that as not a great success at all, but for me, it has been fantastic. I've never seen the venue before, and I've had the ability to fish best part of 10 different swims, learn a lot about where the carp like to be, met lots of the local people. And anglers. Hello,
nice to meet you,
lovely
right?
to meet you. Hello, Geese, you all right? That's been fantastic. And yeah, I just can't wait to get back down. I've already said to Kai, when are we going again? When can I come back down here? I've really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed this style of fishing, up close and personal, sight fishing, clear water, and the fact that it's urban as well and you can integrate with the general public, it really is the perfect venue and it's been the perfect day. Can't wait to go again.